Some of these TikTok saving hacks could save you thousands of dollars, but others could actually slow you down. And after personally paying off $43,000 worth of debt, building a net worth of over $800,000, let's go through each one of them and see what is for real and what is not. Let's dive in.
I've had people who did the Dave Ramsey method, saved up $1,000, an emergency happened. All emergencies tend to be above $1,000. Then they ended up in a worse situation than they were before they even saved that $1,000. I like either just a 1 month emergency fund, maybe if you have kids, a 2 month emergency fund before you pay off your debt. That way you can cover pretty much most emergencies in that case. So the $1,000 one is kind of rough, I'll be honest.
Yeah, got it. So I think the biggest takeaway, the $1,000 emergency fund, Dave Ramsey has been talking about that for probably a couple decades at this point. So maybe, possibly, potentially, that number is too low for today's standards. What this creator was saying, 1 month emergency fund, 2 month emergency fund. But when you actually put the numbers behind it, it's actually that could be like $6,000 for someone. And the idea of saving $3,000 to $6,000 first before paying off debt, to me, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. What I like to do in terms of thinking about emergency funds is this. Over the last year, what was the biggest unexpected expense that occurred? And if it was extremely massive, okay, what was the next? Like, we're trying to figure out what amount of money would cover basically the majority of all the other things that come up. For some families that I've worked with, it is actually like $1,000, $1,500. Other families, it's closer to maybe $2,000, $3,000. So getting that number first feels more important to me because I don't like the idea of telling someone, hey, you have to save up $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month first. And if you have kids, this creator is saying if you have kids, it's got to be twice that. It's going to be 2 months. So now people have to save $10,000 before they pay off debt. I get where the idea is coming from, but for me, I would much rather have someone start saving. I like the concept of Dave Ramsey's over what this creator saying, but I think the number just needs to simply be a little higher. But if anyone out there tells you it should be a certain number, it's going to be different for every family. And just to show you quickly that maybe $1,000 is still important, it's still valuable, but it's not that hard to come by. Because right now I'm helping people find more money in their finances so they can put it towards things that matter to them the most, like paying off the debt, investing, putting money aside for their kids, whatever. So like in 6 weeks, Sandy found $1,200 just sitting in her finances. Gemma, 6 weeks, she never saved that much money. Period. Not in 6 weeks, period. Over 6 weeks. Insane. Kahisha found $1,300 hiding in her finances. Kim, $1,000 hiding in her finances over 6 weeks. The $1,000 emergency fund is a bit outdated. It does help, but there are ways to do this very quickly and rapidly. And if you're interested in that, I've got a link below this video that you could check out. You can speak directly with me, and hopefully we chat soon.
Please stop saving your money. Please. Saving money will never get you rich.
That's true.
Let's say you decide to start saving money today. So you go to the bank, you open a bank account, and you start depositing $400 every single month into that bank account for 12 months, for a whole year. After that 1 year, you will have a total of what? $4,800 in that bank account. Let's say instead of saving $400 away into a regular bank account, you decide to take that $400 and start investing it every single month in ETF or stocks. Assuming an 8% growth rate or 8% rate of return, in 1 year, you will have $5,400 in that account. Now looking into the long term, after 50 years, 50. If you started saving when you're 20, you'll be 70, okay? Just keep that in mind. After 50 years, you have always saved $400 in that account or every single month for 50 years, you will have $240,000. That's not bad, right? But if you invested that $400 every single month for the next 50 years consistently at a rate of return of 8%, you will have over $3.1 million. So please stop saving your money.
Got it. So a couple things here. There are not many people, I know people throw around the big decades. There's not many people that are going to be doing this for 50 years. Let me just clear that up right now, immediately. The next thing is it depends on the situation. I think telling someone to not save money if they don't have any buffer in place, like we were talking about in the last video, is a horrible idea because having no buffer is like pretty risky in my personal opinion. So taking this advice with a grain of salt and just saying, oh, I should never save is horrible advice. What she's trying to say is like, instead of saving, you should invest. And yeah, that is amazing. Of course you should invest. Investing is a greater return on your money than saving is. Of course. But there's a way to save and still get a little bit of interest in a high yield savings account, for example. But what this creator is suggesting, and let me just pull something up so I can show you. This is a image of the S&P 500, which is probably the most common way that people invest. It's just basically a broad market index funds. Basically, you're betting on the U.S. stock market, the top 500 companies in the U.S. stock market. And what a lot of people are saying, including the creator that we just watched, is if you save for a year, your money's only going to be this. If you invest for a year, it's going to be more. It's going to be great. A year is not a long time. And if we look in markets, for example, because it's more than just money. Investing is more than just money. She mentioned that the 8% return year over year is pretty standard. And I would agree with that. That's conservative. I would agree with that. That's great. That doesn't always happen. So if we look here, if someone starts investing on February 1st, 2025, for example, and they just started investing and their stuff goes all the way down to here in 2 months, they're not going to keep investing. So it's more than just just invest, because there's a mindset trick to it as well, where it's maybe over a long enough time horizon, the investment does nothing. In a perfect world, if we look at the max here, it goes way up over time, and investing is a risk. This is not a guarantee that it's going to keep happening. But if someone started investing in September of 2007, and then we went through the financial crisis, there's no way people are going to keep investing through that. Some people will, a lot of people won't. They'll get out of it. So I think having the foundation set of saving so that you can pay off your debt and invest and have a little more space and wiggle room in case shit hits the fan, that's what I like. These blanket statements of yes, no, save, invest, whatever, I don't think are right. I think every situation is completely different, and every situation needs a different answer.
No, you don't want to hear this, but your savings is making you poor. Now, this is going to go against everything you've ever been
Another
taught.
one.
We've been taught to save for a rainy day, right? Put your money in a bank account, save for emergencies, all these different things. You've been told that cash is king, but I'm going to tell you today that cash is trash. And let's back it up with some numbers, okay?
Nice.
Your savings is
ChatGPT
actually
helped him
making
with that
you poor every single year. And I want you to think about this really quickly. So when you get paid, okay, this is important. You get paid in someone else's debt. There's no real money in the system. Since 1971, we detached from the gold standard, making our money fiat. There's nothing backing our currency. As you sit today in America, as I do this video, we're at 120% debt to income ratio. So that means we have more debt than we have income, so everything you get paid in is debt.
Yeah. So I wish his video finished his thought there. A little confusing that was uploaded. Yeah. So I get what he's saying here. Cash is trash. I think this boils down to how people use the word saving. I see a lot of people where they interchange saving and investing as saving, or they say saving is investing. They're two completely different words. So I think some people, when they say saving, it's they actually mean investing. And to a certain point, yes, he's right. You shouldn't have all this cash sitting doing basically nothing, even if it's in a high yield savings account. I think he's referring to maybe inflationary measures. He mentions the gold standard. So I think he's just saying if you save too much money, it's going to be worthless over a certain period of time. And yes, technically, as we go through life, our dollar has become less and less valuable. That is obvious. The one thing that is also obvious is, again, I don't know how many times I have to keep saying it in this video, but for me, the most valuable thing when I was paying off $43,000 of debt, I did it in 13 months. And now we've built up a net worth that we're pretty proud of. We were able to go very aggressive paying off the debt because we had, what we thought was a safe amount in savings so that we could push more towards the debt. And that's all I'm sort of referencing here. You should absolutely save money. You should put it in a high yield savings account, and you should have it as a buffer. Some people might call me crazy, but in our checking account, our baseline number that we have in our checking account is 3 mortgage payments in our checking account, just in case shit hits the fan, right? We also have some money in savings. We also have some money in high yield savings. And some people will probably tell me that that's very efficient. Now, it's not a crazy number. It's not insane, but it just, whatever. It makes us feel like we're good. We have a mortgage. We have 2 kids. We can't be messing around with the zeros. We can't be something. I don't know, we're too far along in our progress for something to throw us off. So that's all I'm saying is like have the foundation of savings. And I just don't really understand why people are saying don't save.